Hello, my name is James. I studied philosophy and linguistics at Oxford, and today I'm going to teach you how to think like an Oxbridge academic. So, how do you answer a university level philosophy question? Using the PESC technique, I'll show you how to answer a past interview question for Oxbridge philosophy. Here's the question. Does AI do more harm than good for society? I mean, politically speaking, machine learning, Facebook stuff, algorithms pushing progressively more extreme content and keeping people bubbled in echo chambers of opinion online. I saw a study recently about YouTube autoplay cues moving a neutral viewer to further and further extreme right-wing content in terms of what it thinks the viewer will be interested in. That's a sort of supposedly benign algorithm, an AI thing, but it's pushing this person into extreme political um, content. So that's certainly something that I think we haven't quite reckoned with yet in terms of the harm that things are doing to society. We haven't pinned AI as a key factor there, but I think it's quite important. Economically speaking, obviously, it's doing a lot of good. There's a huge number of innovations that we've made, and in terms of economic growth, we're making a huge amount of growth ever increasing due to algorithms. I mean, look at Amazon, for example. They run a huge amount based on algorithms, machine learning, Alexa figuring out what you like and don't like. But I think at that point, it's worth drilling a bit deeper into what we mean by harm for society or good for society. Socially, AI is definitely bringing people together in loads of ways. Recommended interests, TV shows, suggested friends on Facebook. There's a huge number of ways. Basically, anytime you go online, you'll be engaging with AI in a way that's really useful for you. Google will be able to figure out what image you're looking for. Sort of socially, it makes everything run much, much smoother. But again, there's that ever-present question of, do we need things to be as smooth as possible, or is some roughness, I suppose, useful for human functioning in terms of being actually happy and not living too fast a paced life? And this sort of brings me on to the cultural shift that AI has produced. I mean, basically everything we do has been made easier, but it's created this huge cultural shift where people are expected to work hugely long hours all the time because we can. And we're always plugged in like that. And that's not just AI, of course, but in conclusion, is AI causing more harm than good for society? Maybe. AI needn't always be bad for society. I think with a good deal more studying of the humanities and a good deal more restructuring of what we use AI to do and what we think it's ethically appropriate for AI to do, I think AI could be primarily a force for good. And that's my way of answering a university level philosophy question. I'm James, and I've just taught you how to think like an Oxbridge academic.